Hello and welcome to the channel. This is going to be your reading for November 2023. This is going to be for all my fire signs out there. So for those of you that have Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius in your chart, either as the rising sign, as the sun sign, or even as your moon sign, this reading here is going to be for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 4 cards from this deck right here in front of us. This is the Tarot of the Divine deck. We're going to see what message Spirit has for us, and then I'm going to pull some oracle cards from the Spirit Animal Oracle and from the Everyday Witch Oracle, just to get a rounded picture for us for this month. Alright, so let's go ahead. Let's get 4 cards. Connect to my team, please. Give me 4 cards for our fire friends, for our Aries, Leos, and Sagittarians out there for November 2023. What messages do we have for the Fire Collective? Get 4 cards, please, team. All right, let's see what we got here. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the 5 of Swords. Now, interestingly, for you fire signs, if you've watched the lunar eclipse video, which should be going out around the same time as this one, you have noticed the 5 of Swords is a repeat for this. We have here the 4 of Coins. Now, coins in this deck are pentacles, if it wasn't self-explanatory. It should be the only suit that's changed, yeah. And then we have the Knight of Cups. So let's get these put in a little bit better so we can see them. Get these nice and set. Alright, now let's take a look at these cards and see what we have in store for us this month. Okay, so let's get the meanings for each of these cards, and then we're going to put them together as a whole picture. I'm going to, for this set, because this is based off of mythologies, and it would be a shame to miss out on the little special things, I'm going to go to the book for this one and just read a little bit of it just to give us a little bit better picture, and then we'll put it all together. So for our first card here on the left, this is our energy for the month, our overall energy. This is the Ace of Swords. Now, it's known as the Gordian knot, and it's from Turkey. Now, interestingly about this, they remix some of these. So it says Turkey, but then it says that the Gordian knot is actually a Greek legend, but they've redone the art in a Turkic style. So it says, the Ace of Swords represents a sudden burst of inspiration, a new solution, a burst in a way of thinking to break through the problem. Slicing through the Gordian knot begins a campaign to conquer new lands. So it's talking about slicing through this knot, right, as the energy for this month. So really, it's the Ace of Swords. It's about new projects. It's about truth. It's about assertiveness. It's about creative thinking, and it's about clarity, right? The aces are bursts of energy, of pure energy of that element. So it's pure air energy. It's pure mental power. Now, for you fire signs, right? Fire and air gets together quite well, right? They get along quite well. Because if you feed air to fire, air is fuel, right? Fire needs oxygen to burn. And this air coming for you guys this month, for us fire signs, it's a breath of fresh air. It's a little bit more oxygen added to the fire. So now we can go from this small little ember that we might have been, into this big flame. And if you are already a strong flame, now you're even stronger. This is a burst of energy in our favor. So, yeah, it's air energy, it's mental energy, but it's something that fire signs work well with. And it's something that brings in new projects, it brings in assertiveness, brings in truth and creative thinking and clarity, right? We needed some clarity. Otherwise, we're just burning to burn. And now we have a focus of where we want to go and how we want to burn. So then we go to the next card. This is the known energy, or the conscious energy for the month. Now, this is the 5 of Swords. And 5 of Swords, again, another air card. The 5 of Swords is as with all 5s, a card that speaks of challenge and hardships, but it's nothing to be afraid of. Like, I wouldn't be afraid of seeing this 5. Yes, it's a little bit of a negative stain on what it seems to be a relatively positive reading, but nothing comes easy. The 5 of Swords, right? Swords are air, and air is mental. This is thoughts, this is the mind, this is the consciousness, right? Since it's in a known position, it's talking about the known consciousness. This is something you already are aware of, or will soon be made aware of within the month of November. That will be the lesson or the trial. But if we take a look at this, this card is called Osiris, Set, and Isis. It's Egyptian, so this is Egyptian mythology. And it's saying the 5 of Swords here represents a fight won through deceit. So the 5 of Swords, on the traditional tarot, I'm just going to pause for a second. On the traditional tarot, the 5 of Swords has one person with all of the swords in their hand looking victorious, right? Slightly cocky, a little smug, a little arrogant, and there are people behind him or her in the card crying. You know, basically the 5 of Swords is about you won, but at what cost? So this kind of plays on that, and it says it represents a fight won through deceit. Set overthrows his brother Osiris and is seen gloating over his brother's inconsolable wife, Isis. While Set represents a tyrant of a victor, Isis is a defeated combatant who will eventually bring about Set's defeat. So this is what I'm saying with the 5s, is they're not down for the count, right? 5s talk about setbacks and hardships, but these are things that are challenges to overcome, right? Isis doesn't stay defeated. It's lost the battle, but win the war. And I think that's what they're trying to focus on with this card. And, you know, back in the lunar eclipse reading, it was talking more about letting go of what doesn't need to be there and learning the lessons that life gives us. So if you look at it in this sense, this is a growing moment. This is a lesson moment. This is a learning or a teaching moment that the universe is giving to all of us fire signs this month to see how we overcome, right? We have the Ace of Swords on our side, which talked about that clarity, that burst of mental energy that we needed. But then we get hit this month with the 5 of Swords. And this is a challenge that needs to be overcome, right? Isis, or Osset, as her Egyptian name actually is, or is one of them, right? She of 10,000 names. Osset doesn't stay defeated by Set. Yes, Set used lies and trickery and deceit, and that could come up this month for you guys. There could be people in your life, maybe at work, maybe at home, maybe with family, like relationships or anything, where they win something over you through lying, through deceit. You know, they trash your name. They say some things behind your back, right? Gossip starts. This is word of mouth. This is mental energy. This is Swords. So it talks about travel and communication, talking, gossip, news, you know, internet, technology, basically all of that type of information, and all that type of things. So there could be some underhandedness this month. But know that with the Ace of Swords on your side, right, fire signs, we're not staying defeated. Fire signs never stay defeated, right? You can put us out for a little bit, but if you know a fire sign, they don't give up. They do not give up. We burn bright when we're put into a corner. And especially because the universe is giving us a bunch of oxygen with that Ace of Swords, it'll allow us to burn through this fight that we're facing here with the 5 of Swords. And it doesn't have to be this big momentous fight, right? I'm not saying to look out for some lying and cheating and backstabbing this month, because that might not happen for all of us, right? That's honestly probably, I'm getting like 30% of us fire signs this month will probably have to deal with something like that. But it could be much smaller. It could be just, you know, it could be a little bit of a quarrel. It could be a little bit of an infight. It could even be with ourselves, right? Because we tend to get in our own way, don't we? Sometimes we burn a little too hot right? We move before we think, and it could cause a little bit of friction later down the road for us. So this is talking about, a wholeness within ourselves, right? Isis is crying it out. She's in the moment. She's feeling the pain of Set overthrowing her husband, Osiris. And he did so wrongfully in this myth. But she doesn't stay defeated. And her son Horus is up there in the background, the top right corner of the card, is Horus. And he comes and eventually will overthrow Set and restore balance and restore order to the rightful bloodline. So it's about perseverance, right, this month. If anything, take it away that this month is about perseverance. It's about strength, and it's about solitude and being, rock solid. Pun intended, we're fire signs. We're not rock solid on anything. We move around way too freely. But it's about being firm and about persevering in the face of adversity. That you might have lost the battle, but we're here to win the war. And whatever that war is for you, it could be personal, it could be as simple as, getting into a school you want, or getting that job you want, or maybe something like winning a legal battle, or whatever it is, or maybe spiritually. Maybe we go spiritual. Because Spirit has been leaning that way with a lot of the readings recently. That, it's upgrading our psychic powers or manifesting that wish. Whatever that it is for us, that we stick it out, that we have the power. The Spirit is saying that yes, there might be challenge and there might be adversity this month, but we have the power to overcome even the darkest of moments that we might seem that we're in. So now we go to our unconscious energy. And this is the Four of Coins. Now this card has kind of a double meaning. It can mean stability and, financial security. But it can also be a card of greed. So let's see what they have to say about this one. This one is called the Condor's Wife. It's from Peru. It's I'm going to butcher this, but Aymara folktale. Aymara. And it says the Four of Coins represents greed and the unwillingness to open up or share. Condor covets his wife, who does not like his lifestyle or living with him. He recognizes her unhappiness, but is unwilling to make the changes or to set her free. And then it says the meanings for this card are hoarding, possession, financial stability, so there's that is, materialism, and stinginess. So they leaned a little bit more into the negative energy of this card, which I'm not saying I don't agree with, but it's in the unconscious position. So it's that stability, right? It's that being solid and having an awareness. Right, we can play both sides of this. You need to have that stable foundation to have your power, to know your power. You need to have a spot where you can go and you can be, and you can really know yourself so that we have that power, right? Because fire without will, fire without direction, fire without purpose, fire without a strong foundation underneath it, that gives us that courage and that boost, goes out, right? When we don't have a directive, when we don't have a focus, and we don't have that solid foundation and that confidence in ourselves that say, yes, we are that powerful fire sign, we can tend to burn out. We can tend to burn weak, right? We become just embers. And if we're not careful, we can blow ourselves out completely. So this is saying to have that unconscious. It's because this is untangible. This isn't. This is in material wealth. I don't believe here. This is in the unconscious position. So this is talking about that personal confidence and strength in ourselves. But at the same time, if we flip the coin on this, pun intended, and we look at the greed side of the Four of Coins, this to me is speaking about that unwillingness to open up, that unwillingness to acknowledge what might have got us in the Five of Swords position in the first place. Right? We can be a little bold. We can be a little brash. We can be very direct. We can be very straightforward. We act before we think. And sometimes that can get us in some trouble. That can get us in some literally into hot water. You know, we might burn a little bit too bright. We might get a little too close to the sun, and we might burn up our wings. So this is talking about having that ability to, one, be strong and stable in ourselves, but also to have the self-awareness and the maturity to see that sometimes we might need to be open to change. And sometimes we might not be the one correct in the situation. And sometimes those lessons are there for a reason, especially if they keep repeating themselves. You know, sometimes those fire signs are guilty of ignoring lessons and just trying to rush right through them. Air signs as well, because we are such fast elements. You know, we tend to want to rush through things. Now, fire signs are also known to be very, very spiritual. So I don't think we have any problems with spirituality, but we want to get things done fast. So I feel like Spirit is saying here that, you know, we need to be stable, we need to be secure, but at the same time, we need to be open and willing to learn whatever lessons, whatever new ideas, whatever new clarity comes through that face of adversity, whatever the lesson might be for us this month. To be able to overcome that challenge and to do so in a sense that doesn't hurt others along the way. Now, if we take our last look at our last friend here, this is the Knight of Cups. And now Knights are always forward momentum. They always bring change. They always bring newness. And the Knight of Cups has a nickname called the Knight in Shining Armor. And it's typically, you know, he's typically like love focused and heart on his sleeve and rescues the princess. It's a very positive card. So in this sense, this is called Halibu the Hunter. It's a Magnolian legend. And this says the Knight of Cups is a messenger. Halibu is kind and gentle while also willing to take a stand for what he believes in. Okay, pause. This is exactly what I was trying to communicate with the Five of Swords and Four of Cups combination. This is about being kind and gentle, but at the same time, taking a stand for what you believe in. This is about being strong, being firm, and really going for what we believe in and really going for that idea, but doing so in a way that's kind and open and accepting of everybody in the picture. Because the Five of Swords is someone who disregards their friends to get what they want. And that's not the energy we're going for here. Okay, back to this. It says he's kind and gentle, while also willing to take a stand for what he believes in. Halibu provides for his village, and after befriending a dragon, he willingly sacrifices himself to save everyone he loves. And it says upright chivalry, affection, invitation, taking action, and meaningful gifts. So this again, I mean, we're just going in circles here, but this kind of wraps it all up. This month, there's going to be a lot of creative energy. There's going to be a lot of mental and communication and information and just pure air energy coming through and powering up our systems. But we need to make sure that we go through this month in a way that is kind and is putting others in a spot where it doesn't make them feel bad, but at the same time standing up for what we believe in, standing firm, going after that idea, but make sure that we don't burn anybody in the process, and to take care of everybody. This is an idea that could help provide for everyone, but also make sure that you provide for yourself. So that's these 4 cards. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a set from each of the oracle cards and see if Spirit has anything that they want to add to the reading, or sometimes they're known to double down with cards. So first we're going to pull a card from the Spirit Animal Oracle just to see what Spirit friend wants to come out. Give us a message, please, team. that was a mouthful. Definitely, fire signs. This is going to be a fun month. This is going to be a month that's moving quite fast. Right? There's a lot of newness, there's a lot of mental energy, there's a lot of mental stimulation, but we need to make sure that we overcome these challenges, which we will. We're fire signs, we're strong, but at the same time, make sure that we don't burn anybody in the process. There's nothing wrong with standing up for what you believe in, but doing so kindly. Alright, what animal friend did we get this month? We got Seahorse Spirit. It says watch and wait. And now let's take a look and see what card we get from the Everyday Witch set. One more card, please, team, for the fire signs here today. Alright. Progress and wishes. So this is kind of a doubling down in a sense. The Seahorse friend is new, and we'll take a look at him. But we'll start, actually, let's start with progress and wishes. This is kind of that ace of energy. My goodness. See how we trip ourselves up, fire signs. That Ace of Swords energy. That's what I wanted to say. Where there's something new. There's some new progress. There's some new wishes, right? The Knight brings newness, and it brings change, and it brings forward momentum. There's something here that's going to come through this month. Either you know it already, or it'll show up later in the month. New projects, new ideas, new pushes forward, new clarity, new inspiration that Spirit is answering this month, right? I'm very excited personally to see what happens for us fire signs this month, because Spirit is showing wishes are being granted this month. Projects are being green lighted. That ideas and clarity and inspiration is going to strike this month, and it's very exciting. Okay, let's see what Spirit has to say with Seahorse Spirit. Now, I mean, just looking at it, it kind of reminds me of our Knight of Cups, being that seahorses are water spirits, but it's a very kind and gentle energy that I'm getting from the Seahorse. But I want to see specifically what the book has to say about Seahorse. Okay. This is Seahorse Spirit. It says watch and wait. So it's about definitely a month of action, but there is a little bit of patience and perseverance that's needed this month. And it says oracle message for this is hovering gracefully. The Seahorse observes with the perspective of one who is not engulfed by the drama, remaining at a distance from all the turbulence. Seahorse Spirit appears at this time to remind you of the need to be neutral and to gain perspective, right? That clarity from the Ace of Swords. Your message from Seahorse Spirit is, not my circus, not my monkeys. Spirit wants you to know that even if you are tempted to jump into the fray and to try to fix things, the best way to serve yourself and others right now is to remain calm and simply watch and see. Another message here is that whatever your query or question, Seahorse Spirit asks you to step back from it. Be willing to explore things from different angles rather than a single one. Right? More clarity. And just observe what is possible. From the perspective of the position of a neutral observer, you will discover a myriad of opportunities and a deeper understanding of what you seek and why. And you will know beauty, truth, love, and wisdom. That's actually really cool. And it fits actually quite well into the reading. Okay, so yeah, that's our reading for November for our fire sign friends. Quite a mouthful, really. But I'm excited to see where this goes and what newness that Spirit brings forward for my fire friends. So thank you again so much for coming. Thank you much for watching this video. Down below, as always, will be links to all of the cards that are used. If you're interested in a certain deck or want to know what a certain deck is, that's all down below. As well will always be the birth chart information if you needed a free birth chart. Also, there's links down below for any personal readings if you want anything with that. Otherwise, thank you so much for coming. Have a great month, Fire Friends, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!